All right, welcome to Don Oldells Legends. I'm here with up-and-coming gunslinger Jon Hay from Philadelphia, who now lives in Dallas, Texas. Welcome, Jon.
Thank you. I feel very welcome.
Yeah, it's very cool that you're here. This is great. I think this interview will go down in history as one of the interviews that Jon Hay, first interview.
My first professional interview. Very nice, fancy interview.
Yeah, cool. Well, we met in a bar called Maggie Mae's in Austin, Texas about a year ago, and you gave me your card, and I downloaded your music and been playing it on the radio show, and here you are now playing guitar with John Nemeth and John Nemeth's band.
It's been a bit of a whirlwind.
Yeah.
I mean, I really couldn't be more grateful and fortunate for this opportunity, really, just sort of happened like...
How did it happen?
Really, yeah, that's a good question. So I was touring with Vanessa Collier for a while in October and November. We played the Reading Blues Festival in Reading, Pennsylvania, second annual one, and so John was on the same bill as us, just a few bands afterwards. So I stuck around, me and the drummer Nick. We stuck around and met Matt Wilson, the other guitar player, and I'd met him about last year in Memphis during the IBCs. And I didn't realize who he was quite. I didn't really realize he was John's guitar player when I first met him, but I've been listening to John for a long time, and I remembered him, and I was like, hey, I remember you. You're John's guitar player. And he said, I know you through Facebook and stuff, and you sound good. Why don't you sit in with us? Wow. That was like the first thing.
Perfect.
He's like, yeah, just come sit in. I'll ask John. We got to get you sit in. And I was just kind of floored. I was mainly excited because this would be my first time seeing John, and I was going to get to watch backstage and maybe get to meet him in the green room and stuff. And I was like, oh, this is going to be pretty cool. And ended up sitting in with them on about 3 tunes, and traded numbers. And about a month later, he gave me a call, and we just had a little conversation about music and just life, what's been going on, and he invited me up in January to go up to Memphis and sit in on a few rehearsals and just have a good time up there and hang out, see what's just get to know each other's sides, like creative sides and stuff. And after that, he invited me to do this tour with him.
Wow.
And one in March. And it's been a bit of a whirlwind. Yeah,
that's great. Well, I saw you last night. You were great last night.
Oh, thank you so much.
That slide guitar that you play for. What's the name of that song now again?
Stoned. Well, it's called S-T-O-N-E-D.
S-T-O-N-E-D. That slide guitar last night was really, really special.
Oh, thank you so much.
You just added that in? That's like impromptu a couple of nights ago?
Yeah, on our second night in Pittsburgh, just outside of Pittsburgh, in a place called Blawnox, Pennsylvania. I think that's how you say it.
Yeah.
A place called Moondog's Pub. And I think we did that tune, and just kind of Danny did this really cool breakdown, and I didn't really know what we were doing, and I don't really think any of us really knew what it was leading up to. And
jamming.
John was like, here, just do something. So I picked up the slide, and I'm not a very good like Derek Trucksy kind of a slide player. I tend to gravitate more to the Muddy Waters sort of approach, and but obviously it's going to be a little tough to try to fit Muddy Waters slide playing on a song like that.
Sure.
But just the sort of laid back, nothing too fancy approach of it, I just really like. And frankly, I can't really make the other way, the Derek Truck sort of fancy slipping, sliding around. I love that stuff to death, but I can't play it. It doesn't sound very good when I do it. But yeah, just sort of let whatever happen, happen. And we all really had a great time, and I didn't know I sort of had that kind of thing in me, so we just kind of continued. It's been really fun.
It sounds great.
Thank you so much.
Hopefully we get it tonight. We'll see.
Yes, I believe you will.
All right. That'll be special for the audience. That's great. You've got an album out already.
I do.
Tell us a little bit about that album.
It's about a year ago, on October 1st, 2018. No, I'm sorry, 2017.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yes, October 1st, 2017. I put out a record with a band back in Philly called the Jon Hay Band.
Yeah.
And included members Zach Lees on guitar from He was living in Maryland at the time. Eric Johnson on the organ, keyboard, and he's from Philly. Rando Bassman on bass, he's also from Philly, and myself on vocals and playing guitar, and Sean McIntyre on the drums from Philly as well. And yeah, it was something I've been thinking about doing, not actually for a very long time. Somebody sort of implanted the idea into my head, so I just kind of wrote some songs, got a bunch of stuff together really quick, and didn't really know the guys at the time. We were just going to the same blues jam, in Philly, and luckily they turned out to be some fantastic musicians.
Yeah.
And
it's a great album. It really
thank you
is.
so much.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, we played a lot on the radio show.
Thank you so much.
Like it a lot.
I wrote most of the songs between November and January and February, and then we rehearsed it about 4 or 5 times at the drummer's house in a rehearsal studio. And then we went in and recorded it in about 10 hours. Yeah. And then we mixed it and mastered it in 10 hours.
Yeah, great.
So that was
What's the future hold for Jon Hay?
What's the future hold? Well, I'm working on a project. Hopefully we'll be doing something out in California later this year.
All right.
Won't name any names,
Not
but
yet.
It should be pretty exciting.
Yeah, great.
For myself too. It's a couple heroes of mine might be involved.
Good.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. When you're done with the tour with John Nemeth, what are you going to do then? At the end of March.
End of March. Well, between today, the last stop on the tour, and March, I'm probably just going to be hanging in Philly. Dallas. I don't live in Philly anymore. I'm just going to be hanging in Dallas. Probably to go into some of my friends' gigs if they're playing, and if there's a jam around town, just do that. And
good.
Hopefully get some original material working. I have a few ideas floating around, just got to really solidify them. And after March, I'm not really too sure what's going on. Hopefully I'll get to play with these guys again. I would really love that. And
that'd be great.
And maybe I'll get something started up in Dallas, like a little side project. Really, I'm just taking it one step at a time, just enjoying the moment right now where I am. And
that's great. Well, you're young, you got all kinds of time, so
thanks.
You'll be in good shape. Well, Jon Hay, we appreciate your time here this afternoon. Thank you very, very much. And thank you for watching. It's Don Oldells Legends, and we'll be back with Jon Nemeth in just a moment.